Well, welcome to the campus of Calvin University, Venord Arena, for tonight's MIAA matchup between the Trine Thunder and the women's basketball team Calvin Knights. A very important game today. We're excited to be with you. It's Jim Timmer, athletic director, and fill in for Jeff Phoebus. I'm alongside me with my color tonight will be Leo Christner. Leo is very familiar with the team. His dad's the head coach, but Leo has seen this rivalry go between Calvin and Trine over the last probably decade or so now, where Trine really had some emergence, reached a couple Final Fours. We'll get to kind of the players here in a little bit, but Leo, give us a little bit where we are in the standings here, and why is this game a big game? They're all big games, but tell me a little bit about that.
So Trine comes into this one. I think they are 8-0 in the conference right now. They beat Hope. They beat Calvin the first time we played. Calvin is at 7-2 on the first round through the conference. So this is a big matchup for the Knights. You know, trying to kind of get their way through Trine and Hope. That's kind of their two nemesis up in the conference. Trying to get to that, the second and first places are kind of a battle between those three teams.
Right, so, and with the way the MIAA tournament's structured, 1 and 2 get a bye. One gets to host. Calvin has a big week, right? If somehow they can, get this one and go to Howland and get one, things get really jumbled at the top.
Definitely.
And then I think this game is like a hold to serve game. They got us down there, got off to a slow start, but Battle beat them down there last year. So this team has seen success against them. As we look into, and we'll get to the starting lineups, but you got some peak players, Anna Fernandez and Sydney Wagner, both top scorers in the league right now. Can you tell us a little bit about their games?
Yeah, so both are big in the mid-range. They love that jumper.
Which is unusual in today's game.
It is for sure. They're looking to get off the ball screen and then get up and shoot that. They're both very talented players. They can push the pace on offense. Both kind of have a little bit of like a point guard type of feel. Wagner more than Anna, but both are great players, and it'll be fun to watch them go against each other tonight.
And they're both going to have to stay out of foul trouble.
Yes,
now it'll be interesting to see if Coach Rang and Coach Christer have them guard each other, right? Who goes in foul trouble. And then you got I'm talking the role players, complimentary, right? So like Caitlin Rue is having a real good stretch for Calvin. And of course over there you got Sierra Hines, who's been, Katie Tate's been a key factor, and then their leading three-point shooter Capuch off the bench.
That's true. They're a deep team. Just Calvin is as well, but they like to play probably about 9 to 10. 5 off the bench or so. Same with Calvin, but their bench is a threat for sure. We got Allison Capuch, who can shoot really well, but then Calvin, with some injuries this year with Allie Mays and stuff like that, but they're still pretty deep with people like Jamie Custer, Gabby Hallowell, who had 17 last week. She had a good week.
Right,
so
they've really been coming on. They're kind of not freshmen anymore. That's what we hope. As we go into the national anthem here, one of the things is I'm trying to think. This team it's been Calvin style and Trine style is like kind of rock meets hard place. They're kind of similar styles.
Sure.
We're going to run that motion offense. Trine's going to pull it out a little bit more. But as you think about this, give me some keys to the game that we can kind of watch.
Yeah, I think for Calvin, the biggest thing I would say, Hannah Saul had a great game over the weekend. Getting that post presence for her. She's been a little on and off this year, but it was really nice to see at St. Mary's her to have a great game there. So I think getting her on Sherwood, trying to get some good motion in there, and then obviously with the guards just continuing to attack the rim, and then obviously shoot well from 3 and have the defense and be able to stay tight on that.
I'm gonna agree. Yeah, I agree with all those. I'm gonna watch that 3-point percentage. If we're even, I like it. If we're the same number of threes made, or at least even percentage, I like our chances. All right. Now let's go over to Dan Spoolma and meet today's starting lineups powered by Garrett's Appliance. Today's starting lineups powered by Garrett's Appliance, offering the latest lineup of top appliance brands at competitive prices. Garrett's Appliance with locations in Kentwood and Wyoming. Dan's going to bring us into the national anthem performed by the band. We'll let that take over. We'll take off our headsets so y'all can hear it. And big excitement here for this one, and we hope that it kind of lives up to it. What? Am I supposed to be able to view you through this? Ask him.
Hey, I cannot hear.
please rise and remain standing. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. To honor America and those who protect our freedom at home and abroad, please sing along with the playing of our national anthem, performed this evening by the Calvin Pet Band under the direction of Dr. Stephen Sudoff. Welcome to the Van Ord Arena for tonight's conference game between the Thunder from Trine University and your Calvin University Knights. Let's take a moment to meet tonight's starting lineups. First for Trine, starting at forward, a 5'11 junior from Dansville, number 21, Aaron Sherwood. At forward for the Knights, a 6-foot senior from Vienna, Virginia, number 14, Valerie Dirksey. For Trine, starting at guard, a 5'8 senior from Carmel, Indiana, number 4, Sierra Hines. For the Knights, at forward, a 6'2 sophomore from Grand Rapids, number 24, Hannah Saul. For the Thunder, starting at guard, a 5'9 senior from Grand Rapids, number 11, Katie Tate. For the Knights at guard, a 5'8 sophomore from Lake Orion, number 12, Chloe Wiegers. For Trine, starting at guard, wearing number 13, a 5'8 junior from Fremont, Indiana, Jada Roanhouse. For the Knights at guard, a 5'8 junior from Plymouth, number 13, Anna Fernandez. And for the Thunder at guard, wearing number 15, a senior, 5'6 from Warsaw, Indiana, Sydney Wagner. And for your Knights at guard, a sophomore, 5'10 from Grand Rapids, number 23, Caitlin LaRue. Head coach for the Thunder is Andy Rang, and the head coach for the Knights, Mark Christner.
All right, here we go. We're all set over there. A little technical difficulties. We got it worked out. Hey, as we start tonight, we'll follow these games throughout the night. I'm sure Leo will be watching these as well. Around the MIAA, brought to you by NAI Wazinski, West Michigan, West Michigan's largest independent-owned commercial real estate firm. Today's women's schedule has this. Albion's down at Kresge at Albion. They're going to get a 6 o'clock start. I think there's a doubleheader down there. Alma playing Alvavet. Interesting. That's going to be an interesting score up there, I think. Yep. And then Kalamazoo and Adrian. So overtime last time. So we'll be watching those games as well. And that would mean St. Mary's is on the bye, as we have 9 teams on the women's side. And we're about to get the tip going here. I'm sure there's going to be a little nerves out there.
I agree.
And I see Chloe Wiegers urging them on. And I'm going to have to welcome along all the fans down in Angola and all my friends down there in the athletic department as they tune in. We got a big men's game going down there. We'll try to keep score of that one as well for you at home. And here we go. Hannah Saul up against Aaron Sherwood. And Hannah gets it after being touched by someone. Wiegers going to set the offense man-to-man by Trine, what we expected. Little screen and roll. Val Dirksey looking down low. Shot clock at 13, down to Val. Left-handed jump hook, doesn't get it. That's Dirksey, sorry. And here comes Sydney Wagner, the always dangerous. Off to Kate Tate, going downhill. Good job by LaRue. Anna Fernandez misses a near steal on Hines. Might have been a kick there, but the Knights will take it.
Yep, that was a close there by Anna Fernandez. She's always there in those passing lanes trying to get those steals and hunting those things out.
Yep.
It's been helpful for the Knights this year, and it'll pay dividends tonight if she's able to do that.
There looks like they're taking away the back door early. There's a screen and roll. That's going to go off her leg. Oh, we're going to stay right here. Good look by Anna on the screen and roll.
I think another thing for Calvin, the key tonight is getting Val Dirksey going. She had a little bit of a tough game on Saturday, but overall she has been a pretty good offensive player this year for the Knights, and being able to convert down low for her is going to be important tonight.
Yeah. Lure working on Hines into Dirksey. Dirksey falls. Saul, we got shot clock issues. Stolen by Wagner. 1-on-2. Wagner pulls it out. Knights recover. Nice job by Wiegers. Tate's got a little size on her. Might have been a travel there. Boy, she stayed with it. Good rebound. Taken away by Sherwood. What do we got here?
Looks like
what do we got there?
Foul on Sherwood, maybe.
Or out of bounds?
Or, yeah, maybe. I don't know. She pointed that way, so it kind of looked like.
No, little no foul there.
Yeah.
And the Knights man-to-man out of bounds. Sherwood thrown right over the head.
It's a nice out-of-bounds play there by the Thunder.
Coach Rang does a good job with those.
Yeah, for sure.
The Knights would like to play a little higher pace. There goes LaRue.
There we go, yep. That's what they're going to like to see, but, you know, got to finish those shots, but it is how it is.
The Knights throughout the year, you and I have watched all these games because of our interest here.
Yeah.
They're a little slow starting.
They do, yep.
Sometimes when they see that first one go through, the key is their defense got to hold them in while they get rid of those nerves.
That is exactly right. And, they struggled against Olivet, Adrian, Kalamazoo, trying to get going a little bit, but then once they did, they kind of built off that. But kind of getting going is kind of the hump, and then once they kind of get there, kind of starts going from there.
Wiegers matched up with Wagner.
Yep.
Wagner with
and
a
then
jump
there's
shot.
That jumper, yep.
Coach Kirshner urging rebounding. Val's going to go straight up.
Yeah, you got to make the most of those rebounds, especially if Wagner misses, because they're going to get on the boards and they're going to push the pace and they're going to power you through. So
it's a good call for the Knights there as Sherwood shoved Hannah Saul. And the Knights would like to get a basket here. You know, there's no must baskets, but 4-0 Trine, 7:53. We are doing media timeouts, and we'll stay right here for try to pay the bills a little bit. Yeah,
that was a nice takeaway there. They kind of saw she was going for the handoff and kind of got under that or over that and was able to take that away.
Yeah, that's a big miss for the Knights, and here comes Wiegers. Wiegers on the push. Sidesteps off the glass, no. Dirksey with a board.
Good board there by Val.
It's going to be Knight ball. Yep. Coach Kirshner's urging movement, and I think that's always important against a good defensive team like Trine.
You know, that's been the key for Calvin this year. The thing that I've seen this year that's been a little bit different than previous years has been they've been able to push the pace offensively in transition.
There we go.
Yep, that was a good there by Saul kind of drawing the foul. But
is that Sherwood's second foul?
I will look, but I think it might be.
Who was that on? Oh, it was on Hines.
Oh, okay.
They're coming over on the help, and you know, I'd like to see one of these free throws going early.
Yep, Hannah's been a little off and on there from the line, but she can for sure shoot it, and I know they've been working on that.
She's a good free throw shooter.
There we
go. Right,
Good to see.
We're gonna speak it into existence if we have to. What a great job Andy Rang has done down there.
Oh yeah,
with
they have built a powerhouse for sure.
She goes 2 for 2. There we go.
Hannah.
Good job, Hannah. That's 4-2.
Yep. Sorry.
Nope. Knights in the man-to-man, and
on the men's side, we got a score update. 30-25. Calvin is up there with about 2:45 left in the half.
Was that an early start down there?
Yeah, I think it was 7. It's a nice cut there by Sherwood. Way to find her there by Roanhouse. You know, Trine, along with Calvin, I would say these two teams in the women's side are probably the most structured offensively.
Yep.
So they're going to look for those cuts and things like that. And there's another nice shot there by Saul. That's kind of like what we were talking about early on, kind of getting her going. She's been a little slow moving this year, but she is a very good player and able whenever she can get going, that's helpful.
Helps the Knights. Sherwood on Val Dirksey. Now there is a takeaway. 13's in the game. I'm sorry. Oh, that was Jada. I'm sorry. Uyghurs on Wagner, helped by Dirksey, looking for that mid-range game.
Yep,
there she's
and
got
there it is. Yep, there it is. Yep.
Not a lot of young ladies with mid-range games. She's one of them. There's the kick.
Yep, and there's that push and transition that they like to see right there.
Yeah, another foul, and that was a foul on Kate Tate. We're going to see some subs. Sophie Senseney's going to probably go in for, well, we'll see. I shouldn't predict who they're going to go in for. They're going to have to come in right
probably
now.
Solid Dirksey, I would think. Yep.
Yeah,
And
for
there
Dirksey.
goes Val.
Hines and Rodenhouse depart, and
Got Capuchin.
and Willems.
Yep.
A freshman from Goshen, Indiana. I have to check your dad. He's from LaRue at the line. A 70-some% free throw shooter. A little juiced up here early. 8-4. Wagner with 2. Saul with 4. All 4 for the Knights. There you go. It's always good when Caitlin sees one go through the basket. She's kind of a streak shooter, streak scorer.
She thrives off of those big buckets. You know, you think back to that Hope game, late in the third quarter, needed a bucket. I mean, obviously the game didn't end how we wanted to, but she had that power drive down to the hoop, you know, willing her team through.
Oh, there's an illegal screen, and there's the second foul on Sherwood. So some decisions to be made over there by the Trine Thunder, and here comes 44.
Freshman.
Haley Cole,
Yep.
6-footer from Decatur, Belmont. See if the Knights can take advantage of that. Here we're going to get a media timeout. The next dead under 5 minutes, and I think this is kind of playing out a little maybe higher scoring than I thought, but both teams. Anna Fernandez gets her first touch there. I thought she got fouled there. She's looking for the step back, doesn't get it. Here comes Saul. Saul spins, nothing, walled up. Here we go the other way. Wagner to Capucha. There's Anna Fernandez playing Kate Tate really hard. Wagner, there's a travel. There's a travel.
Defense has been the key for Calvin this year. They have caused, I think if I remember correctly, they cause about 18 turnovers a game. And that's really helped them too, because they like to, as we were talking about earlier, like to push the pace, score those buckets in transition.
Jamie Custer in for Caitlin Rue, our Worthington Christian, home of Allie Spade. Allie, if you're listening down there in Ohio, love to have you on the broadcast. A lot of former players I know tune in, including my daughter down in Waco, Texas, as Uyghurs gets fouled. You got Stephanie Coors out in Denver, and Leah Harris, I think, back here, Sydney Cleary. Coach Chris has really built a kind of a community of former players, and I know that they text each other and they're watching the games. And
yeah, those are some fun teams for sure.
Looks like Holloway's going to come in, probably for the shooter, probably for Uyghurs. I would assume. Uyghurs done a good job on Sydney Wagner, and Gabby's going to have to continue that. Or let's see if they switch the matches. Maybe Custer goes on, and we'll see.
Yep, I think that's probably what they'll do.
Although Gabby did a good job guarding. Yeah, see it. There you go.
They like putting Jamie on the ball up there and bringing the ball up.
Right. So Custer guarding Wagner. There's a freshman versus a really seasoned former MVP, All-American type player. She gets helped by Saul. Hollowell closes out on Capucha. There's Haley Cole in the middle. Drives, doesn't get it. Here comes Gabby. Gabby pushing the pace. The Knights out wide. Fernandez looking for her first bucket. A little hesitation crossover. Holloway now does it into Sophie Senseney. Sophie with the right-hand drive, right-hand hook. Doesn't go. Cole with a rebound. Here comes High, and the pace is picking up a little bit here. Here's the jump stop. Custer right there. Saul caught behind, but that's all right. No reach there. Tried to. There she's got it.
Yep.
Doesn't come up with it. Shouldn't be a reset. 12 seconds on, and now we got a foul. Too bad. Now it resets to 20.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for Kelvin. They kind of getting in those lanes. Sophie Senseney did a good job of getting there. Just a little bit of maybe nerves and stuff early on in the game, kind of not being able to completely grab onto the ball, but unfortunate there that they were able to go back to 20. But still a solid start for both teams. I think offensively a little bit slow, kind of missed some layups here, but we know this is going to be a defensive battle. As the first matchup was, it was a pretty low-scoring game. So
Well, today's first half, and we're in the first media timeout, is brought to you by Skipper and Osterink Wealth Management, partnering with you to help unlock your financial potential and build your legacy. Also, for today's halftime, please stay tuned at halftime, driven by Applied Innovation. We'll get caught up with today's game stats, and you'll hear from exciting aspects what's happening at Calvin. Today's halftime show driven by Applied Innovation, practical advice, and a cutting-edge technology to drive your business forward. Well, Leo, we just got our mid-quarter stats. Anything jump out to you?
You know, I can't say I'm surprised by this one, but obviously Anna Fernandez, no points. They are gonna defend her into the ground tonight because both teams, along with Calvin with Sydney Wagner, they are going to take that best player and just absolutely make sure they don't get any looks.
Right. Both Hope and Trine, and I think Coach Christian would say this, they're really effective at taking away teams' lead score.
That is for sure.
My daughter being the lead scorer, I watched that, and that's a skill. It's a Bill Belichick thing if you think about NFL football. Take away what they like to do.
Yeah.
Anna's got to be patient.
Yep, for sure, because she will get those looks eventually. You know, but I think it's just kind of getting early on. Yep. Defense is strong. Defense is ready quick. They're ready to go, and that's why we're seeing that. But good start there, especially for Hannah Saul, kind of keeping us in here early on.
Okay, Tate on the drive, kick out. Don't know if we want to help off of her. Misses. Cole with the rebound, and if I know one thing, coaching staff over at Calvin do not like offensive rebounds.
No, not at all.
So here we go. Holloway with a fake handoff. She gets downhill. Kind of got out of control with the left hand, one-handed pass.
I think she's looking for that layup there. She's a little shifty down low. I've noticed that this year. She can kind of get open looks, even though she's maybe not the tallest one out there. She's able to find open looks. I think that's what she was probably looking for down there. Got Ashley Raridan coming in as well as Val Dirksey for those two post hybrid spots.
Yep, they're gonna be moving those around, and Trine subbed in Addison Hudson, junior here from near Battle Creek Lakeview. So I'm sure her folks are here or listening along with us. Dirksey top of the key, back to Hollowell. The pinch post to Reardon. Custer on the drive. Nice look.
Good dish there by Custer.
They swing it. Wagner's shifty. Jumped in the passing lane. Good job by Hollowell, though. Grabs it, and we're going the other way.
By Hollowell, yep.
Didn't let her turnover affect her defense.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Knight's awful young out there in the perimeter.
For sure.
Can't get 3 seconds. She's got to get out of there.
Yep.
Now here comes Fernandez. Jumped by Wagner. Wagner, there's that matchup we talked about. That's 3 turnovers that the Knights have to just be a little bit more diligent with the ball.
Being disciplined in this matchup especially is going to be key against especially those 3 teams like we were talking about, Trine and Hope and Calvin.
Yep.
For every team to be able to be disciplined and not give away those easy turnovers is going to be very important.
2:53 on the clock. Cole, there's another travel. Going a little too quick. You see Trine spreads her offense out, likes to keep everybody above the foul line, back cut, set those kind of rub screens, and the Knights have a little similar. Here they're going to start Fernandez in a pinch post, and they're just going to try to get her downhill a little bit.
And there she goes. Yep, there we go.
Good board by Reardon.
Good board by Reardon for sure.
What do you think? One time?
Close.
Yeah.
Hallowell has been
streaky.
Very streaky, yep. But when she can shoot it in, and there's not much that's going to stop her because she can. And then we see a shot there by Wagner. She's going to get going there. But you know, Hallowell is a very good player. As a freshman, you know, she's seen some higher minutes than most freshmen usually. But
there we go.
Yep, there you go by Fernandez.
Hey, good ball movement, good pace.
Yep, exactly.
Reardon finds Fernandez unselfish, and they take the 12-10. The Knights right back in there because LaRue's ready to check back in.
Yep. Can't
Wagner.
Get that up.
Oh, she missed one.
It. Yep.
Kind of taking over the game offensively. Here comes Fernandez. See if she can, when she gets hot, she can take it over too. That might have been a travel. Step back. Nothing. Reardon with a board.
Nice. Nice board, but
Williams coming fast. Reardon cuts her off. Crossover drill, but she goes straight up. Ooh. That's got to be on the floor. Trine, we're already in the bonus.
Wow, yep.
The Knights only have 3, and here comes a little bit of a shift change. We get back in.
Looks like Hines, Roanhouse are coming back in. for them.
And 23, Sydney Horton.
Yep.
And 12 is a new one in there for him, Alexis Snodgrass.
Yep, Snodgrass.
And Wiegers goes back in, LaRue back in. So the posts are Reardon and Saul and LaRue. Wagner out for her first break. Just in a game, goes for her first touch. I don't know if it was blocked, but Custer up to Wiegers.
Good pass there through the defenders.
Oh, wow. Boy, I got to try to be unbiased. There's a lot of contact there.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Knights would like to be right here in the end of the first quarter at home.
Yep, for sure.
Wiegers defending. Hannah had it almost stolen. Snodgrass over here they recovered on the switch. LaRue on Hines. Snodgrass again.
Maybe we'll see a block here. And yeah, we do. Called it.
6 seconds on the shot clock. The Knights are the #1 defensive block team in the nation. I don't know if they are still, but they won it last year and they were way up there this year.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get those layups on post moves around Lydia Saul, Hannah Saul, Val Dirksey. Those.
There's an illegal screen. That's a 6th foul. It's a player control foul, so you're not shooting the 2 free shots. That fouls on Sydney Horton, the sophomore out of Indianapolis.
You know, when we talk about those kind of turnovers by Calvin here, Hallowell had a few, but then Trine, I think, has had that as well.
I think they've had travel and for sure 2 illegal screens.
Yeah, for sure.
Saul with a
Good
step
move
through.
There by Hannah. Yep.
Saul.
There you go.
And we're all tied up. 29 seconds to go in the half.
It's been a great start for Hannah here.
Yep. Could they hold for the last shot, or are they just going to go play this out? Too early to go for the last shot. Coach Christner and the crowd urging on a defensive stance. There's Saul with another block. Can they come up with a loose ball? Reardon almost gets it. Get on the floor. No one does. There it is. The Knights have the ball. Kicked out to Wiegers. 6 seconds to go. She finds Kate LaRue. Kate does a hesitation move. A little pull up. Oh, too bad.
That was a good move there by Kayla LaRue, but unable to finish. But
we in the first quarter at 12-12. Well, we came here thinking we're going to see a close one. We knew it was going to be a grind fest. It hasn't disappointed. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this quarter break.
Today's featured Calvin women's basketball student athlete planning for success in the race is Sophie Sensitive. Sophie is a forward from Grays Lake, Illinois. A senior, Sophie is an elementary and special education major. She is a Calvin Dean's List student, holding a grade point average above 3.5. That's tonight's Planning for Success feature, presented by Skipper and Osterring Wealth Management, providing financial solutions and service to help you plan for success.
Well, Leo, I tell you what, as we come out of the first quarter break, I'm a big breakfast person, and if you're on a quest to find the best breakfast place near you, your search ends here at Anna's House. Discover how Anna's House is saving the world from ordinary breakfast by visiting any of our 12 restaurants across Michigan. I tell you, if I go to Anna's House, I like to get the traditional. It's the 3 eggs and the bacon and the hash brown and the toast. Like great omelets over there. Big Diet Cokes, big coffee. So
Anna's House is a great place.
Anna's House, big supporter of Calvin Athletics. We are happy to be there. The Knights are going to get the ball in the second half. Anything jump out you at the quarter stats there, Leo, before we tip it off?
You know, I think, as I talked about at that first thing, Hannah Saul has been spectacular so far. Continuing to get her there. She had some nice blocks there at the end of the quarter. She's going to be able to continue to play defense and continue to play that offense as well. As Hallowell had some nice passes there down the floor to kind of get that transition going. That transition is going to be really important. And then we see a steal there for
knocked away by Fernandez at Hines. Here comes Wiegers. Wiegers had a good half, a good quarter, controlling the ball and controlling pace. Kate Tate not letting LaRue go to her right, forcing her back left. Somebody's going to have to come and meet the ball. Reardon does so. Shot clock is at 16. Fernandez is going to look like she's going to do a little hezzy pull-up here. She does. A little bit short. Reardon in for the rebound, doesn't get it. Here comes Wagner. Wagner, oh, and I think, I don't know if she got a piece of it. We'll see in stats.
Yep.
Uyghurs, the Knights coming back the other way. Reardon on the right. LaRue filling in that trailer spot. We're going to get the handoff. They're going to jump that. They're going to switch all those, get their hands in there. Guarding Fernandez very closely.
Face guarding, yep.
Yep. There's a back cut. Didn't get it. Reardon pulls up. Now we're going to kick it out. Oh, Uyghur catches that clean. She might have had the three.
Yep.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Into Saul.
There we go.
Saul finishes.
There we go.
Good job by Uyghurs. Good job by Saul. And the Knights grab their first lead.
Yep.
And Dirksey's looking to report back in. Knights defensively, we've been underrated. I think people don't appreciate the work the Knights do defensively in their man-to-man. Trying to fight up. There's Anna Fernandez. Could she get it? It shouldn't be a reset. It's not. 16. We're going to get a sub here. Reardon, good minutes by Ashley there, right? An offensive rebound. She and two passes I know that led to baskets, either a kick out or the old hockey assist. The pass led to the pass.
For sure. Yep. She did a really good job there of getting the boards. You know, she may not be the best offensive player, but she does a lot other than that. She does good defensive pressure. She gets rebounds when she needs to, and she makes plays for her teammates.
Uyghur's doing a good job fighting over that high post screen, letting her defense help her get back. Fernandez, 2 seconds on the shot clock. There's a block. We're going to go the other way. I like it they didn't show the play. Yeah. Here comes LaRue. Uyghur's on her left. Pulls it up to the top. Hannah Saul looking to work two-man basketball with Fernandez. Those two are pretty good to work with. Swing it to the other side. LaRue with a shot fake. Puts it down. The Thunder playing her to her right. Fernandez with a tough one. Doesn't get a good box out by Trine. We're on the run. Wagner, watch her get to that mid-range game. Uyghurs does a good job. Don't want to follow her in there. Good job.
Good job by Dirksey there, kind of poking that ball.
Yeah. And Kate and Sherwood are going to a two-man game. Oh, it might have been a foul there. Here's Hines, first three. She shot well in this arena before.
She has.
Uyghurs, here she comes. The 16-2 Trine Thunder.
Good cut there by LaRue.
Oh, trying to hang on to it. You know, the second time around, right, in the league, that the stuff that we've been getting away with, and we take away what they like. We've been getting that back cut a lot in the league.
Yes.
You got 9 tapes that they're watching at 7 and 2, and credit to them for taking it away. We've taken away some of their stuff they like to do, so that makes that second one harder.
Yep. In fact, I think last year the back cut for Calvin.
That might have been an offensive hook. Didn't call it.
The first time I think we kind of got that out was in our win at Trine last year.
Yep. Watch, how was that shoot around last night? Watching the Knights go through their sets a little. They got thumbs up, thumbs down. Skip. Draws the defense, comes back here, 10 on the shot clock. Knights don't need to panic. Fernandez with a catch and shoot. There we go. Nice pass by Uyghurs, hit her in the shooting pocket.
Yep, for sure. That was a good pass by Chloe Uyghurs, and then Fernandez there to be able to connect the three. That was a big shot.
Uyghurs, although Wagner has scored her points, Uyghurs has done a good job making her work. Tough play.
Ooh.
And one.
Not very often you see a and one jumper.
Wow.
But if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Sydney Wagner.
She has in our league, she has the ability more than any other guard, maybe besides Anna Fernandez, to take over a segment of the game.
Yep. You know, her team's down. Her team needs a basket. She's been there for her whole career. I think back to that 2023 game.
Big time here.
And we had the lead for a long time, and you know, I think it was probably Wagner, and then along with some other players that aren't here anymore, but she kind of willed their team to win, had some huge buckets down the stretch, and also then in that tournament game that we lost a close one there.
The Knights with 10 seconds in the shot clock. Sophie Senstein checked in on that break. Uyghurs, tried to get it out to LaRue for a three, stolen away. Now we're 1-on-2. Senstein trying to get there. Good play by Rodenhouse there, and we are all tied up at 17. There's a little spurt by the Knights, answered by the Thunder, and that's what good basketball is all about. The Knights...
good ball pressure there by Rodenhouse.
Right, the Knights got to settle down. The defensive pressure is cranking up for the Trine Thunder, and we just can't turn it over. Fernandez feeling it. Yes,
there
sir.
she is.
Or as Mike Bray says, bang! There we go.
Those open threes are going to be tough. You know, you got to be able to connect on those. We did a good job, I think, in the Hope game of doing the same thing, and we got to continue to be able to do that and not give up stuff.
Yeah,
like
we got caught watching Sydney Wagner, and right now it's a Wagner-Fernandez duel that you talked about in the pregame. Anna really feeling it. They're going to try. She kicks it out, draws, and dishes.
She can hit that.
There we go. 2019, Knights up 1. Here comes Wagner.
She's going to push it. Yep, to Sherwood. Yep, there you go.
She can
good
pass
passer
as
by
well,
Wagner.
right?
Yep. She. I don't know if there are many players better than Sydney Wagner in Division III.
On the perimeter.
She can see so many things. She is able to see the whole court. She can find players. She can make shots. She just is an all-around spectacular player for Trine.
Well, we had a long run without a break here, and we're going to get a media timeout the next whistle, I think. And the Knights are going to try to get there. 8 seconds. That right there, we need a little bit of Fernandez trying to get back. Nice play to Hines. And
yeah, Rowenhouse has done a good job here getting some good steals for Trine, and that's kind of been
this
their
is a
spark.
tough one for a coach. Maybe you would call a timeout here. He's getting subs in, but he needs a dead ball, and you save a timeout, right?
Yeah, I think they're getting a little tired here. They've been playing for a couple minutes here straight.
Yeah. Here comes Cincinnati on the pull-up jumper. Nothing. Trying to get to that media timeout. And this would be really nice. You won't. There's the pull-up. Missed it. Here comes the Knights, and we've had a long stretch. Think of a hockey shift. It's been a long one.
For sure, yep.
You can see everyone out there breathing hard a little bit. Wagner holding her shorts. See if we can. I think they're going to try to get this. Yeah. Coach Christer urging a little bit, not lazy. Here comes Anna. Anna's liking having the ball on Hines, working on it. There we go. Tough one. There's her legs, right? That was a. We're going to see. Actually, not a bad foul there to stop this whole thing. Yeah. You can see, look at shift change coming in. It was a hockey.
Sure.
The Knights are going to go with 4 new ones. And we're going to go to timeout here, but we're going to stay right here. And fans, today's featured Calvin basketball student athlete planning for sex honoree. It's Sophie Senstein. Sophie is a senior forward from Grace Lake, Illinois. A senior Sophie is an elementary ed and special education major. She's a Calvin's Dean List student, holding a GPA above 3.5. Tonight's Planning for Success feature presented by Skipper and Ostrink Wealth Management, providing the financial clarity, solutions, and service that allow you to focus on what you care about most. Looking for some out-of-town scores, and we got the stats, but we'll see how the men's game is going down there.
Yep, looking at the men's game here, we got second half just started. Calvin's up 34-29. That'd be a big win for Calvin.
That would be a big win.
We know Trine is a very good team on the men's side as well.
Defending national championships.
Defending national champs, that's right.
I think they're 16-1.
Yep.
And I think if we would win down there, we would be their. They ran off a streak. We beat them in the final game. Then they won the national championship. Then they went all but one win here, and now we would get them here. But it was a long way to go down there.
For sure.
There's
a long game ahead. There's still 18 minutes left in that quarter.
And the same thing can be said right here. So
for sure,
Trine University and Calvin University having quite a battle. If you add them together, we're down 3, up 5 overall. If we're playing men's and women's total score, we're up 2 right now.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't work that way for you back home.
Nope.
But let's reset here. Gabby Holloway, Jamie Custer, Anna Fernandez, Ashley Reardon, and Saul for the Knights. We got Wagner, Sherwood.
Looks like Hudson's out there.
Hudson and Rodenhouse. Sherwood playing with, I think, 2 fouls. I got to double check that. If she has 2 fouls right now, you know, how long do you play here to halftime?
Yeah, she does have 2 fouls.
3:31 on the clock till halftime. Trine does not have any fouls after having 6 fouls in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Fouls are probably even at 6 apiece.
Yep.
No one's in the bonus. 25-20, the largest lead here for, I think, Trine. Calvin had the largest lead at 17-14. And there's the foul. And that's the first one this quarter.
Yeah, I think the thing, too, that in the first quarter there, or early on in the second quarter, I should say, Trine has had very good ball pressure. Every time a Calvin player picks the ball up, they are right on you, face guarding you, not letting you get any looks outside of that. And I think that was their key there to kind of getting that lead.
Thought there might have been some contact there. We're going to stay here. 20 on the shot clock. A reset on an offensive rebound. That would go as a team rebound as it goes out of bounds. The Knights could really use the bucket here. I'm looking for Saul or Fernandez to maybe make that happen. They're isolated on this side. Two-man game. Saul with a step through. Doesn't allow it to go. Cole. Custard into the lane. Jump stops. Picks it up. Kind of a dribble weave action going right now. Nice look to Reardon. Can Reardon finish? No, she can't. Offensive rebound. Doesn't go. I think Fernandez battling there. We're going to stay here, and we're going to reset it back to 20.
It's a good cut there by Ashley.
She's got to finish that one,
got to finish that one.
She'd be the first to tell you that.
Yep, exactly. But it was a good way to. It was a good job by her to get her own rebound, kind of keep the possession here with Kelvin.
Trying to isolate. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, he maybe should have taken a dribble and laid it in there.
Yep.
So Trine jumps Anna Fernandez in the play. Well-designed play by the Knights. Reardon has a wide-open look, and no one's more upset than Ashley. And that's all right. Long game, 25-20. There's the back cut. 27-20. Getting away from the Knights a little bit. We really need a bucket.
Yep.
And we are trying to give the defensive clamp down of Thunder here at 17-14. It's been a 13-3 run here to forge a 7-point lead on the Knights.
And
another turnover. Yep. So Custer on Wagner. Wagner looking to dribble weave here into Cole. Cole using her strength and hook.
Interesting. Yeah, she I don't know if that's she kind of hooks around every time she kind of goes under that post.
I think Coach Christen's not upset as a foul so much as he'd like to see it on both ends.
Yeah.
4 fouls on the Knights, only 1 foul on Trine this quarter. Here comes LaRue. LaRue coming in for Fernandez. That was a long run for Anna, trying to see how long they could go and how hot she could be. But 27-20, a typical Calvin Trine women's basketball score.
Yep.
Cole to the line. Saul with 2 fouls or 1?
Saul looks like she's got 2 fouls, yeah.
Yeah, she had one down here. And Coach Christen's going to go a little bit here, see if she can get an offensive possession out of her, and then probably take her out defensively if he has a chance. There's the 8-point lead.
Tate's coming back in.
Tate's coming back in for a little offense-defense with Addison Hudson. Wagner doing a good job putting defensive pressure on the point guards. Out to Saul here, Hannah that is. Lydia recovering. That's just not there.
The risky pass there.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's not there.
Just as you said.
Even if Gabby gets it, probably a difficult spot for her.
Yeah, I think there were about two or three defenders under there, and it's kind of a tough pass to make, especially with that defensive pressure that Trine's been having.
Foul. I'm sorry. Here comes Tate.
The kick out. Cole with the rebound there. Yep.
Yeah, and Hannah's got to watch not to get her third here. There's a large lead here. Like I said, a
10-point lead here.
What is that? 16-3 run.
16-3 or so, yep.
The Knights' tough step back's got to go, doesn't go. And now the Knights are really got to hunker down with 1:13, not to get this out of hand. Here comes Kate Tate, and she traveled again.
You know, I've been really impressed here with some of Trine's freshmen. Cole has done a really good job, as well as I think is that Willems, number 30?
30, yep.
They've both done a really good job of providing that offensive and depth for the Thunder. You know, they obviously have Tate, Wagner, you know, Roanhouse, Hines, you know, all the starters, but those two have done a really good job of kind of getting into that scoring and helping Trine to build this lead.
Hines and Rodenhouse check back in here. Probably 2 or 3 possessions left here. The Knights just miss. There's Wiegers with a step back. Sophie jump stop with the 3, all in rhythm. Big basket.
Big basket there by Sophie.
Right,
yep.
now we got to sit down and play some defense. 46 seconds to go. The Knights are going to get another possession. And just matters how far they're going to be down. And you'd love to be 6 versus 10, wouldn't you?
That's for sure. You know, keeping that lead close, especially against these big games in these big times, you want to be able to keep that game in reach.
10 in the shot clock. Don't foul. No foul there. Here we
Good
go.
board by Reardon.
I think we're going to go. I think it's a good ball call by Coach Cincher. Your worst you're going to go in down here is 8. That's what they have to be thinking.
Yeah.
And maybe down 5, maybe down 6.
Yep,
They're looking for.
Nice bucket.
Nice move, but now they got to defend for 3 seconds.
Yep.
Nice little stretch there. Cincinnati's jumper and Rodenhouse, and we got ourselves a ball game. And 30-24. We'll be back and we'll take a little break, and we're going to be back with the Applied Innovation halftime show. We'll be back in about 7 minutes. We'll take a little break, and we are glad you're on the Calvin Sports Network. And nice little spurt by the Knights.
I've wanted to be a teacher since I was in preschool. As a teacher, I know that I am called to not only make an impact on the students that I teach, but to help them come up with creative solutions to be change agents themselves. That Calvin has instilled in me to be an agent of renewal in this world. And how can they help be a problem solver? How can they creatively come up with solutions to better not only the space that they are involved in, but the space that others are involved in as well?
I love the NABE Scholarship Program because I just love how personal these scholarships are for the alumni and for the students. Being a student who grew up in foster care and then getting a scholarship for students who were in foster care and being able to connect with that donor and see the love and the passion that they have for me and being able to resonate with me and what I've gone through. God opened doors that I didn't even know were there. I'm at Calvin, and my legacy is starting here.
This is the Gainey Track and Field Complex. There are innovative features that set Calvin's facilities apart from other universities. First, the space joins a small number of dedicated track and field facilities in NCAA Division III. This means that we don't share with football, lacrosse, soccer, any other team. Our throwing facility is adjacent to the main track. Everything is right here in one location. It's all about track and field all the time.
The best part of grad school would be the connections that you make, not only with your cohort, but with the professors as well.
I felt very supported, and I don't feel alone in the program.
I just really feel like each individual in the program gets a relationship with the professors in a different way that's meaningful to them and is more geared to them.
I'm a grad student at Calvin University. Yay! Okay.
In its most simple sort of definition, metrology is the science of measurement, which is simple in stating, but actually is very complex in terms of actually accomplishing. The GPS, it shows that I'm sitting in the living room within 6 feet of where I am. That measurement requires us to measure time to within a billionth of a second. The ability to measure something well gives you a level of trust in what's happening in the world. You trust that when you go to the gas station and you buy a gallon of gas, it's actually a gallon. That level of trust allows you to understand the world and to function. So I got my math and physics degree from Calvin, went on to graduate school in Maryland, and then postdoc at Johns Hopkins Medical School, and then got my job at what was then the National Bureau of Standards and became the National Institute of Standards and Technology. So I've held a lot of different positions at NIST. Started as a bench scientist, worked my way up through management chain, eventually became acting director for a while between administrations, and now I am the chief metrologist. So I am the person who's supposed to be watching over the core measurement program of the National Institute of Standards and Technology. It's a great privilege to interact with people from around the world, literally from many, many, many different countries. And you can see that we're all God's people. We're all working towards a universal goal. In 2018, we redefined the International System of Units. It was a major change. 67 countries that had signed the Treaty of the Meter all agreed unanimously to make the change. It's not very often you find that sort of agreement amongst the countries of the world these days, but it is good to see that, people are people. As I get older and I'm sort of fading into the end of my career, what's really rewarding is to see the projects that I had a hand in starting, sometimes a decade or more ago, where a scientist came to me and said, I have an idea, and I was able to put a little bit of resources towards it, and then to see how those things have now blossomed into just truly amazing developments and advances. Well, certainly the science and math classes prepared me for my career technically, but I think the liberal arts part of the Calvin education prepared me in a lot of ways that I didn't expect as a scientist, sort of to be able to think through a problem very carefully and objectively in terms of defining what the problem really is and where we wanted to go with it. And of course, my faith that God is in control has been very important. I didn't plan to end up where I ended up. In fact, there were lots of times in my career where opportunities presented themselves and I wasn't sure I even wanted to do it. But I could see that God had put this opportunity in my path, so I decided I would go for it, and if it happened, then that meant God wanted me to do it. But I actually think there's something involved in measurements and in metrology that's very biblical. There's a lot of references in the Bible to fair trade and fair measurements and being fair to people. The fact is, there is a good answer to most technical questions, and you can trust it. And it's because God made the universe the way He did. So the more you probe it, the more you measure it, the more you understand it, the more you appreciate the beauty of it. And it really just makes it clear that God created everything, and He did it very precisely.
The mission statement of our program is building champions for life. And I truly mean that when I say that. To me, there's two types of programs. There's transactional and there's transformational. And we are building a transformational football program here because we want our young men to leave prepared for the rest of their lives. And so when we talk about being champions, we talk about 4 different areas: in the classroom, in the community, on the field, and then champions of our faith. And all 4 pieces are so important to what we're doing.
My name is Nate Napper. I'm a 2008 graduate of Calvin University, and I'm currently a special agent with the FBI. I'm also an attorney, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Joseph Project. I'm of the opinion that there is no reason why every single human trafficking survivor in need of legal services shouldn't be given those services free of charge. And the idea was to connect them with pro bono legal help so that they could resolve that legal collateral damage and move forward into a brighter future. I've always resonated with the idea that we could be agents of renewal, right? That we could work and cooperate alongside the vision that God has for the world. If you're willing to submit to His path in obedience, dream the dreams that He would have you enact for the world, I think that you'll go places that you would never imagine going.
This year has definitely changed my world. I'm making an impact here. It feels good to know every day that I'm growing in my abilities that I love, which is film, and I'm also growing as a believer in faith.
I'm really thankful that I was able to do work in my field during school, at school, and that has given me the confidence to move forward with doing my own independent work and getting to put my foot in that door before I even graduate.
Well, we're back here
I don't
for the
think I
second
would have
half.
gone elsewhere.
Halftime brought to you by Mercantile Bank, home of Merc Perks Plus checking and Merc Start account. Leo, run us through some halftime stats for each of the teams over there.
So for Trine, looks like Erin Sherwood is our leading scorer with 8 points right now. Kelvin did a good job on Wagner. She's close behind with 7, but has done a good job. Kelvin's done a good job on her defensively, kind of looking at those, especially when she tries to kind of get a little dribble penetration, get that like pull-up game going like we were talking about. Kelvin's done a good job of kind of stopping that. And then for Fernandez, Fernandez is the Calvin's leading scorer through the first half, and Hannah Saul is also close behind with 9. Trine did a good job keeping Anna from getting to those mid-range jumpers. You know, Wagner had a couple of those, but I think Fernandez has maybe had 2 or 3 looks at that shot. But she has made some big threes, and that's where all of her points are, I think. Yep, she's 3 of 5 from behind the arc.
Yeah, the Knights went on that really kind of tough drought as there was a 17-3 run or something like that. 8 for 29, and Coach Christner's probably addressing that 27%.
Yeah.
They've hung in there with the 3 threes and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. You know, on the hustle, you know, Trine with 30, with 21 rebounds, the Knights with 8.
Yeah.
Both have 6 offensive rebounds. Kind of playing to a wash on the boards there a little bit.
Yeah.
Trine with 9 turnovers, which is uncharacteristic, and Calvin
definitely
relatively took care of the ball. But you always wonder about turnovers that turn into direct baskets. And I think
we look at points off turnovers. Not too much of a difference. Trine has 9, Calvin has 6. You know, trying a couple more, but it was in that little stretch there. But I think Caitlin LaRue is just clutch. And I know my dad, Coach Christner, has said that her bucket last year at George Fox, has kind of started that. And in a moment where Calvin needs her, she steps up. And we saw that there at the end of the half. We needed a bucket. She got down, she dribbled, she got downhill, she got that layup, and that's just what she does. You know, and I think that's something for a sophomore that's such a good thing to have. She's just going to continue to build off that. But Trine did a good job on her as well.
As we go into the second half, I think one of the things that have been watching this rivalry over the same amount of years you've watched it, right? Really, you know, it came into existence about 8 or 9 years ago when they made some coaching changes down there and got 2 Division I transfers, and since then it's been just a battle between these 2 schools.
Yeah.
And one of the things I would say, you know, I think the Knights have to keep this in distance or striking distance. I think that first, let's watch that the third quarter, and particularly can we get to the media timeout where we're not fighting uphill. The problem with Trine, good free throw shooters, they have good ball handling in Sydney Wagner.
Yeah.
It's like trying to play behind a team that's good at rushing the ball in football.
Exactly.
And so the Knights, you know, it's not going to be an 80-70 game, so we want to try to keep it here. I don't know who has possession to start the second half. The Knights are going to have to really concentrate the first 4. In foul trouble, right? You got Sherwood with 2, Saul with 2. Other than that, pretty much, you know, Cole with 2 personal fouls. So their post players got 4. And does Hannah Saul have?
Hannah Saul, she's got 2 blocks on the night, and Anna Fernandez has 1. So Calvin's got 3.
How many fouls does personal? She's got 2.
Yeah, Saul's got 2. And LaRue also has 2. Actually, never mind. I was looking at the wrong stat. My bad.
All right, so the arena here has been entertained by Dr. Stephen Sudduth and our fine pep band, members of the Calvin Marching Knights, and boy, it's been a revival here with the band, both in the football season and now in the basketball season, second semester. They fill the arena. And if you're interested in marching band or playing the pep band and you want to go to Calvin and get a great, and I mean great degree, come and join us here at Calvin, playing the band, support the athletic teams. It's just a really good atmosphere builder. You feel like you're playing college basketball when you have a great band over there. And right now, Dr. Sudduth is doing that. I want to remind you, today's broadcast is brought to you by Skipper and Osterink Wealth Management, providing personal financial strategies tailored to your goals. Another thing I'd like to remind the fans of here, if you are a Calvin basketball fan, you need to mark your calendar each Monday night in February. Next Monday night, starting February 3, Big E's Restaurant East Mountain Line is the home of Inside Calvin Basketball, a 30-minute feature program featuring Bill Saul plus coaches, players and coaches for the men's and women's basketball teams. The show airs live on 96.1 The Game and Michigan Sports Radio. You're welcome to join the live audience and enjoy a delicious menu items from Big E's. That's Inside Calvin Basketball starting Monday, February 3 at 6:30 at Big E's and 96.1 The Game and Michigan Sports Radio. First one coming up this week, and that'll be an interesting one to talk to the coaches and players after a week where they both play Trine, they both play Hope. What does the rest of the season look like based on those outcomes? Where it's going. I know the men were up 10, then only up 2. Now we're up 5. Over now to hit a 3. Now they're up, looks like 8. 43-35.
49-38 looks like now.
49-48.
48.
that refresh button always kills you.
It's always tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trine is number 2 team in the country. They're not going to give it nothing easy.
Defending national champion, the
Yep,
second
exactly.
team, and second team to win the national championship in the MIAA. The third to reach the finals. Of course, Calvin has 2-0 in the finals, 2-5 in the Final Fours. They've lost 3 semifinal games. Hope College 2 national semifinals. Trine, their first time in the NCAA, won the NCAA championship. Now that's going to be a trivia question.
Yeah.
Not many teams go to the NCAA
That's
tournament for the first time and win it the first time.
Yeah.
Well, we're about ready to tip this second half here in Vernord Arena, a very important women's basketball game. And we will try to get some scores at some point from the women's games. And
Looks like here trying to get Albion Hope score.
all right, and we will pass those along too.
Final 72-61. Hope took that one.
Well, it's interesting in their tightness down. Kresge's a hard place to play.
For sure. It is a hard place to play. Looking here.
Both teams going back with their starters out there, right? So it's Hines and Tate and Rodenhouse and Wagner and Sherwood, and the Knights are going to counter with their starting 5. Wiegers, LaRue, Fernandez, Hanasol, and Valdirksi. We're ready to tip, and it looks like the Knights are going to start with the ball after scoring the last 2 times down in the first half. Could they make 3 straight possessions of scoring? Thinking about NFL football, right?
That's
those
what
possessions.
I was thinking that same thing. You always want to score a touchdown right before the half and then get the ball back to start that half. It's always a big thing.
Yep. Fernandez gets tripped, little bobble. Now we don't have a dribble. Fernandez with her hesitation move. There's a good swing. There's a good swing. Wiegers twisting into the middle, trying to get her feet in the paint. She finds with 6 seconds to go. Fernandez is going to be on her own. Little pull-up fadeaway.
Wow.
And she got it. We'll take it.
Tough shot.
Yep.
And she's been
in
making
double
those all
figures
year.
with 11. The Knights within 4. Wow. A really good run there.
It's a big shot.
Yep. And Wiegers on Wagner has done a pretty good job so far. Nice job, Fernandez on Hines. Fernandez has stayed up. LaRue on Tate. Tate is an awful good driver.
Yep.
And here she comes downhill. Saul helps out. Looking for 3 seconds in the lane. There is no call. Now Wagner's going to take it one-on-one. Just like, there we go. The 2 stars, right? Right away, back-to-back.
Yep.
Kind of take it on their own shoulders.
And
up to LaRue. We're going to swing it through the high post. Dirksey. Here comes Fernandez on the wheel route. Back, and we got to get...
A little overthrown there by Wiegers.
Yeah, a little overthrow. Too little soft. LaRue does a good job defending. That might have been a travel. She picks up her dribble. We got some mismatches out there. Dirksey on Sherwood. She's not going to try to foul. Oh, and they did call the foul. Didn't really want to do that. Now...
No, Dirksey with, I think that's her 3rd.
Sure enough, and we're going to see Sophie Sensening checking right back into the game here. She'll be guarding Sherwood here. Cole, who's their 3rd post player, had really good effectiveness, but she's playing with 2.
Yep.
Wagner takes it out.
That's the thing too with Lydia Saul out. It's kind of tough with the depth there, but still Calvin's done well down low today.
Ooh, there's a jump ball.
I don't know about that one, but
better than the foul.
That's true. That's true. I was expecting that to be the call, you know.
Yep, if you're a Calvin fan. I got to remember we got Hope Trine fans here on the radio or on the broadcast as well. So
there's that jumper from Wagner.
Good box out by Hannah Saul. LaRue grabs the rebound. Fernandez on the sprint out. Sophie Sensening down to the deep corner. LaRue thinking about taking it herself. Now looks for Saul. There's a kick. We're going to get a reset. Oh, they don't reset it under 20.
That's
right?
true.
So
yep,
they just leave it at 20, and it was underneath. I think they reset it to 20. It's amazing how I, through osmosis, know some of these rules here. Here comes Sophie. Sophie looking to kick out LaRue one time.
There
yes,
you
sir. 32-29, pulling out the Vern Lindquist, yes, sir, from the 1986
yes, sir,
Maskers for all you listening around. Chloe Wiegers behind Wagner. Knights looking to claw their way back into the lead. Sophie Sensening on switch, looking for a jump ball, nothing there. 5 seconds close to go.
Good job by Sensening.
Yeah, we're going to see a one-on-one here. Caitlin has to come out. Wiegers does a good job. Nice box out. There we go.
Wiegers pushing the pace.
Chance to pull within 1 or tie Fernandez, one more. LaRue, jump stop. Oh, doesn't make it, but gets runs
her
it
own
down.
rebound. Good hustle there by LaRue.
Oh, good recovery by Rodenhauser. Fernandez would have had it. Fernandez back, draws it. Little mismatch there in the post. Good job by Saul trying to find Hernandez. What a pass by Saul.
That was a great vision there by Hannah Saul.
32-31.
She saw Fernandez right there coming in, and she found her right there for the easy layup.
Coach Christner urging his troops as they fought back from a 30-20. Now they're on an 11-2 run.
That's true.
Right back at them. Sensening on Sherwood. Sherwood going back to the left with the classic Trine hook.
Good defense.
Here we go.
Good defense there by Sensening.
Knights with a chance to win. Pushing the pace. Wiegers gets her feet in the paint. Sensening, she gets her feet in the paint, trying to look. She has a pull-up jumper off the glass and good. The Knights are up 33-32. Fights their way all the way back.
That was a great shot by
One
Sensening.
of those battles that we're in. Chloe Wiegers sitting down. We're going to see some subs for Trine.
Yep. Looks like Capuch is coming in as well as Willems.
Yeah, good cut by Kate Tate.
She can work down low.
Yeah,
and yep, exactly.
Just cutting right across Sensening's face. 34-33, 6:09, third period. We're working towards that media break. Both teams just working hard.
Yes.
LaRue, step back. What do you think?
And there she is. Clutch Caitlin LaRue, I tell you.
Wow, here we go. Back and forth we go. Both teams hitting big shots. Who can come up with a couple consecutive stops is going to be the key. Going right back into the post with the fake and the hook. Boy, they've been effective in points in the paint. We'll have to check that out. The Knights surviving on the outside shooting. Can she hit one more? Right back to her. Reverse layup. Wiegers.
Great finish there by
Saul.
Wiegers.
Saul, two great passes
what a finish there by Wiegers.
38-36, and the crowd here in Venort Arena on their feet. We are begging both coaches, pleading for a stop. There's a
good
block.
deflection there by Fernandez, and then Sherwood gets the offensive board.
Triple team. Oh, she dribbled out of bounds.
Wiegers dribbled out of bounds.
Wow. You're talking about fast-paced action. We're going to get a timeout here before the media break, which actually becomes a media break. Full timeout. We're going to stay right here as the Knights have come out exactly what we talked about and battle them. LaRue, a couple threes, two good passes by Hannah Saul. Here are the standings around the MIAA presented by NIA Wazinski of West Michigan, provided the final all facets of commercial and real estate services. On the women's basketball side, as we said before, Trine 9-0 at 16-2. Hope, they moved to 9-1 with a win down at Albion. They're now 16-3. The Knights 7-2, trying to get to 12-7 and 8-2 with a win here if they could. Alma College, we haven't seen her. They're 5-4, 8-10. Albion drops to 5-5 and 8-12. Adrian College 3-6, 4-14. Olivet follows them at 2-7, 5-13. They play Adrian tonight. St. Mary's on the bye, 1-8, 4-14. The Kalamazoo Hornets 0-8, 5-12. We got stats here on this first break. What do we got over there that you've noticed? Anything? I know the shooting percentage has come up from 27% to 38% for the Knights.
A big thing I see here is LaRue's point total went up a big amount this quarter. You know, she ended with that basket in the first half, continued that momentum into the third quarter, and had two massive threes here for Calvin. I think for her continuing to that grit that she has, she just has that will to win. You know, she has that grit. She wants it.
The Knights have closed the gap on the rebounding, 23-22. Blocks, the Knights have 4 and 1 for there, but the points in the paint, I don't know if we have that stat here.
Yeah, it looks like Trine's got 30.
Yeah, they've been doing most of their jams right down near the basket. The Knights a little more jump shooting team today. Wiegers closely guarded by Wagner. You know Coach Rang got on their defensive pressure. Custer in for Fernandez for a quick break. They're going to try to ride LaRue's hot hand. Senseney coming in and then looking for LaRue. LaRue catches the ball, closely guarded. Here comes Custer. Boy, they stick their hands in there. 10 seconds on the shot clock. LaRue's thinking about, she takes it to the basket. They go off her. She couldn't decide if she wanted to go off the glass or straight up, and there's a foul.
Jump ball, I think.
Jump ball.
Stays with Calvin.
We'll stay right here. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Good work by Wiegers there to kind of draw that up.
Yeah, you know, Coach Christner's trying to think, hey, how long can I get Fernandez a little break? She looked a little tired there on that big, long shift in the first half. LaRue on the self-sentencing going on Sherwood. Sherwood 2 fouls. Faces her up.
Ooh,
it's halfway down. Here they come. Here comes Trine pushing the pace.
And finds
Sherwood. She misses. Here comes Wiegers. Wiegers coming the other way. Wiegers trying to make a decision. She's got Custer in the corner. It's blocked by Wagner. Well, you know, you got to give LaRue and Wiegers and Hines and Wagner. They play both ends.
They are just, this game is moving so fast. You know, we watch Wagner just sprint down the court.
Yep, here comes.
Get the rebound and sprint back down the other way, you know.
Cole and Hudson, we're going to have a media timeout. Christner bought a few minutes on the media timeout and the 2 timeouts to give Fernandez a little blow. Wagner did not get that blow. We'll watch how that plays out. We're going to take a short break. I'm caught up on all my reads, and we're going to catch our breath. All right, we're back. 54-54 down in Trine. We're going to get that one up on our monitor here. And so we will, if we're cheering, we're probably cheering for down there. Down there, Trine with the ball. And it's 54-54. Back and forth they go down there. What a competition basketball-wise between the Knights of Calvin and both. There's a big block down there. I better not do the play-by-play of both games. So here we go. 14 minutes and 16 seconds, or 4 minutes and 16 seconds. We got inbounds on the base of the ball. Defended well. Can we dig it out? No, we can't. Wagner with the steal off the turnover. The Knights not going to like that. Wagner trying to get her first baskets of the second half. I think she's got one. She got the first one. Here goes Coles, who had a really effective first half. Out here for a 3. Nothing going. Reardon with the rebound. Kicks it out. Wiegers sizing it up. She does the fake, lays it in. Wiegers with her first or second basket of the half.
That was a really nice, I've seen her do that a couple times. You know, she catches the defense off guard. She thinks, defense thinks the handoff's coming. She blows right by, goes down, lays it in for 2.
Custer and Hudson. Williams, Reardon. Good job, Ashley Reardon. Reardon get out to Sophie, grab it, out to Wiegers, and here we go, 3-on-3. Pushing it to Wiegers, that gives us the 4-on-3 advantage. Kicks it back out to Wiegers. Wiegers to LaRue. LaRue trying to make something happen, falls down. Reardon thought about it. Custer looking inside to Sophie Sensing. Sophie's going to go back out to Custer. 9 on the shot clock. Here's the dribble drive. Big basket by the Worthington
Massive basket
Christian.
By the freshman.
Yep,
Massive
Worthington
basket.
Christian. Here we go. 3:01, 42-36. Coach Christner urging his troops on. Here comes, we're going to do a shift change here. Soph is kind of pinned. Cole's been really good, and she contends it.
Haley Cole's a very talented freshman.
You're going to have to figure out how to defend her. Going over Custer. Custer brings it down. Good pass. Oh, we don't like that one. We're going the other way. LaRue's trying to get to basket. Sophie's trying to, Sophie couldn't catch up. We are right back to a 42-40 there. Yep. Don't turn it over. Get a good shot every time. Right?
Number 13 team in the country is not going to let you take that lead.
Nope.
Very easily. So they're going to be right there, pushing the pace, getting those layups, pushing transition, working hard. Soph with the turnaround jumper, misses it.
Oh, Reardon trying to get it.
Good try, yep.
Here comes Wagner for the tie or the lead. Oh, just through her hands.
For 3 and misses it.
Good board by Sophie.
Gets,
The Knights coming back the other. We got a bunch of subs waiting. Good decision by Custer not to throw it there. Here comes Reardon on the drive. She's going to reverse pivot. Little jump shot. No. Cole with the rebound. Wagner, and we're going the other way. Tried to soft Wagner. Wagner all the way, and we're tied up. So that 6-point lead was short-lived.
Yep.
Timeout. Yep. First timeout by Coach Christian. They had a 42-36 lead. Had a couple, what I call empty possessions.
Yeah.
And good for Cole twice and Wagner on the dribble drive. Wagner probably now in double figures as we go. This month, time now for This Month in Calvin Sports History, presented by Applied Innovation. Tonight we highlight the Calvin women's track and field team from 2016 that captured the first ever indoor track title. That was the first time offered in the MIAA. Calvin won the 2016 crown with first place score of 183 points at the inaugural MIAA Indoor Track Championships. This Month in Calvin History is presented by Applied Innovation, connecting Calvin alums for 35 years. I can remember that day as the team strolled back in. We're going to get back to that. We got the Calvin Sports Report coming up as well. We'll do that at the quarter break. 1:34 to go. Gabby Holloway, Custer tracks it down. Got a little loose with the ball here in the last 3 possessions. Dirksey at the top of the key. Good cut. Now they're looking. Defense ramped up. Gets into the paint, drops it off. We thought there was a foul. They thought there were a foul.
Yep.
That was Sherwood's third.
Yep.
Hannah's going to try to break this tie with 1:16 to go. And you're going to see for the first time. No, not for the first time. Sydney Horton in for Wagner. Coach trying to catch a minute break for Wagner and see if she can go the whole 4th quarter if he needs her.
Keeping her fresh is going to be important.
That's a strategy that both Coach Kushner with Fernandez and LaRue, and them with Wagner and probably Sherwood or Katie Tate trying to say what do I need down the end. Yeah. Saul splits a pair, 3 for 4 on the night, up 43-42, minute 15 to go. Wagner out. See if the Knights can get a stop here. They've been on a not getting to stop the last 3 times down. Kate Tate posting, Sherwood in there. Val Dirksey working on her. They switch post to post. Back cut, nothing going there. Dirksey got her pinned. Doesn't get it, gets the rebound, grabs it. Here we go, Gabby. We got Fernandez running under the basket. Over here to Custer. Oh, Custer thought about it on the drive. There's a kick. Oh, she thought about it one time. Nothing, good offensive rebound. And we get a foul here. 37 seconds to go, 20 on the shot clock.
It's going to be on Horton, it looks like. Trine's done a good job of defending the baseline out of bounds plays.
Yeah, that's another thing. Second time around, you got to sometimes put new ones in. Dirksey posting strong. Holloway doesn't like that look, brings it up the other side. Custer tries to get to the elbow. She does. Out to Holloway. Holloway, one of these is going to go in.
Big
That's one. There you go. 46-42. We got 17 seconds. This might be the last possession of the 3rd quarter.
We got a game here.
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Good. Stay up.
Hines has it. She looks for the 3. Nothing. Back into Tate. Wheeling. Nothing going on. Holy smokes, we got a ball game here at Vennord Arena.
Looking at the men's score, we got Calvin leads 59-56 with 1:35 left in the second half.
The Knights up 3 with a minute 35 to go. That'd be a big win for the Knights down there.
That's true.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Applied Innovation. You already heard about them before, where innovation means more. Smiles at your business. And in Detroit Wing Company for the best chicken wings in Michigan, located in Grand Rapids, Knapp Corner. I have one more here before we get into the post-game stuff. Getting the stats here. I know we'll go back to Leo on that.
Looking here, we got Fernandez leading Calvin with 13. Saul and LaRue both behind with 9. And then for Trine, Sydney Wagner with 13 points. Sherwood close behind with 10.
Yeah, good. Fans, today's Calvin Women's Sports Report is brought to you by Lake Michigan Credit Union. Graduate student Sydney Radigan, a transfer from George Fox, getting a graduate degree here at Calvin on Calvin's women's track and field team, has had a red-hot start to her first year as a Calvin Knight. Last weekend at the Aurora Grand Prix down there in Illinois, Sydney set the school record in the indoor 200-meter dash. Once again, tonight's Calvin Sports Report is presented by Lake Michigan Credit Union. We are down to our last page of reads, and I want to thank Bob Sack for all the hard work he does preparing the script, and sponsors. I know he's listening and probably watching both the men's game as it's closed to 59-58, and watching this game too. And so
2 great games here.
Yep.
Where else
I think we leave the overall. We're up 4 or 5 if we did the overall. A minute. What is it?
A minute 7.
A minute 7 down there. The Knights with the ball, 59-58. That game went to overtime last year to decide the MIAA regular season. And that was the last loss under. Here comes Wagner off that minute break.
Yep.
LaRue's going to guard her to start the second half. Wiegers has done a good job. We go to Holloway on Hines. We got Fernandez on Rodenhouse. Dirksey on Sherwood. Sherwood trying to force her way to the basket. She does so, lays it in, 46-44.
She has done a really good job, Sherwood, this year.
Yep.
I think they had another post player. I'm not exactly sure, but maybe not return this year, but she's done a
good
really good job.
Good rebound by Saul. Saul puts it in. They're discussing over here what happened there, but at any rate, the Knights up 48-44. Hines looking back and they're isolating Wagner. Wagner, Sherwood, that's been a good matchup. They did a shuffle cut. LaRue recovers, but that's going to leave Rodenhouse wide open. That's going to miss left. Dirksey with a rebound, and Christner urging the Knights to continue to push forward, see to get that early 3. Holloway between the legs. Oh my goodness, she's a little freshman. Here comes Anna Fernandez. Were they going to count it? Oh. I don't think they're even going to let her shoot it. But for first foul, they're going to take it out of bounds. And the Knights have struggled out of bounds here.
That's true.
They got to set a little tougher screens, knowing that Trine knows all the plays.
Yeah, you know, I think especially as you highlighted earlier,
second
time around, they're going to know your stuff. So
Can Dirksey win? Can Dirksey win the battle? She does. She stays back to Holloway. Now we got a little half breakaway. LaRue with a fake. Jump stops, lays it in, off the glass.
That's just a veteran move there by LaRue.
The Knights are sitting down and playing defense.
Squeeze here, Little.
Holloway, Fernandez, Saul up on. They have been scoring points in the paint. They're going to look to go to Tate. Wagner with a tough 3, no. Fernandez fouled by Kate Tate on the defensive rebound. I'll tell you one thing that's underappreciated between our wings, whether it's Custer, LaRue, and Fernandez, is their defense and offensive rebound.
Yes.
I mean, they do a really good job.
Yep. They're on the boards. They're boxing out.
So,
especially earlier, I don't know exactly what point it was in the game, but Trine, I think Calvin was kind of going on a run a little bit, but Calvin did. Those guards you were talking about did such a good job of boxing out and getting those rebounds for Calvin.
Boy, we're kind of trapped. Saul to the rescue, 10 seconds on the shot clock. No sense to hurry. Here comes LaRue baseline. She jump stops. Val's going to have to get this one up. She does, off the glass.
Another foul on Saul. It might be your third.
So her and Sherwood even up 3 fouls apiece. 50-44. What do we got down there in Angola?
61-58. 24 seconds. Calvin leads Trine.
Isolating Wagner. Swinging. There's a shuffle cut to Wagner.
Good play there by Rang. Wow. That was a great play there, Barry.
Yeah, you can see it.
The Thunder.
Yep, you can see it coming up. Wiegers is going to go back in. I think she's going back in primarily to guard Wagner, and they'll bring. And not that Holloway did a bad job. She was not guarding, and they can move LaRue off there to either Hines or Rodenhouse. Kind of we're back to our original matchups. I look out there. That's the starters. If I'm right.
That's true. Yep, we got
right, and we're 7:44.
4-point game. You know, keeping those players in.
Just I say that they sub.
Oh wow, an air ball there by Sydney Wagner.
You're not going to see
not going to see that often
You're
at all.
not going to see that often.
Not going to see that often at all.
So here we go. Wiegers back in after a little break. We're going to get the media break under 5.
Yep.
You watch. Here comes on the curl. It's got a little block by Kate Tate.
50-46.
Wagner looking to take care of it.
Good job by Wiegers there, kind of stopping that.
This is where it's
layup.
going to come down to a little bit. Wagner in the 2 posts, right?
Yeah.
And
nice move there by Sherwood.
yeah, boy, she's been good. We have not chosen to come in double teams because of the shooting.
Yeah.
And Val and Hannah are going to have to.
Yeah.
Like I said, there we go. There's the 3rd foul. Looking at the men's with 10 seconds to go. Knights defending like crazy.
And looks like the Calvin might pull it out.
Fernandez with a deep 3. What do you think?
Oh,
No.
It looked on from here, but a little strong. But
big possession here, both for the Knights. Can they grind it out? Wagner gets stuck in the air. Here comes.
there's that drive by Tate.
Good rebound. Knights got to try to convert here. It's been a while. Either got to get to the foul line. Trine looking for the travel. We're going to get a little pull up here. Val Dirksey saves the day. Out to Wiegers. Wiegers with a jump stop, little pull up, maybe not. Out to Fernandez. Fernandez for 3.
Oh.
Yep.
Close.
Saul pokes it away.
She got her own rebound.
Yep.
Great hustle there by Anna.
By Saul too with the tip away. Back cut by
cut.
LaRue. Can she hang on to it? Wiegers doesn't want to shoot it. Oh, there's Saul. LaRue, no. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Wiegers on the drive. Somebody's gonna have to make something happen. Good within the top 2 players. What do you think, Anna Fernandez says no? Here we go. Chance to tie, Trine 50-48.
And Calvin takes it. Wow. What a big win there for the Knights.
Short. Well, yep, Coach Chris is gonna slow this one down and try to get us a play that he wants. Give Trine and Calvin credit for defending so hard, taking away what normally goes.
Yeah,
Wiegers trying to go all the way. She got fouled. She's going to shoot 2.
You know, something on that last possession I wanted to highlight. Calvin that back cut was a little iffy. LaRue was a little behind the play. Trine did a good job of defensing. Once Calvin got back, they kind of found an open look. We're looking for a post entry on Saul. Capuch was right there, fronting Hannah Saul. Not going to let her catch the ball, and that kind of saved that possession there for Trine.
Wiegers hits the first, extends the lead to 3. Now he's got to, timeouts, media timeouts, all playing a part in this one. Wiegers misses the second one. Sophie, well, the Knights are going to shoot 2 the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Foul shots as the Trine has 4, and in this quarter, the Knights have 3. 51-48. Knights playing with a lead. Trying to hold the explosive. Soph cuts off from the help on the. Cole,
Capuch
tough one.
can shoot that. Missed it.
Well, now we're both even up at 4 fouls
Hannah's
apiece.
4th.
Oh, I hope it's.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, here we go. Ashley Reardon's going to have to play some very, very crucial minutes for the Knights.
Yeah.
The hard part, it takes away a little inside scoring, as Hannah's been really effective the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But here we go. Next man, or next woman up, I should say.
Ash
Ball out of
got her time.
bounds. She misses it. Custer with the rebound. The Knights got to get a shot every time down the court. Chloe Wiegers has done a nice job getting them into the offense. Gabby too.
Yeah.
But we're
yeah.
gonna lean on LaRue with this lineup.
And Chloe's been a good initiator of that offense.
And there's we're gonna go 2 fouls every time. And one by LaRue.
Big shot there. As we've been talking about all day, she's just so clutch. She's so clutch.
Yeah. 5:04. Caitlin got to calm her heart rate down. She's been pretty good. When she gets and ones, she's too excited. We'll see if this one goes right over the front of the rim.
Yep.
Oh, I told you, I jinxed it. I tried to reverse jinx it.
Wagner pushing
down.
the pace, yep.
Here comes Cole. There's a travel, but there's no call. Doesn't get it. Come on, got to grab it. Oh, Reardon's got to get on the floor. This is going to be a 3.
Open, yeah. Oh,
doesn't get it.
Got lucky on that one.
Oh.
Got to grab the boards.
Yep. We've been good at that, and I think we're going to get a timeout here before we shoot those 2. 53-48. We're going to go to the media timeout. We're going to stay right here with 4:43, I think, to go. 53 Calvin, 48 Trine. Stay with us after tonight's game for the Big East Sports post-game show. The best place to watch all weekend sports is Big E's Sports Grill, just south of Calvin's campus on the Beltline. The Big E's post-game show features final stats, analysis, and our selection of player of the game. And boy, there's going to be a lot of candidates for Calvin there.
That is true.
Win or lose. And then if on a win, we might get to interview the head coach here of the Calvin Knights. We got, we're getting right down in it. I want to congratulate Coach Saul and his coaching staff for a 4-point win.
That's a huge win.
Over the number 2 team in the nation down at Angola, the second win down there.
Yeah, looking at the stats here, we got LaRue and Fernandez leading the way for Calvin. Hannah Saul close behind with 11. But Fernandez and LaRue both have 13. Wagner leading all scorers with 15. Sherwood with 14. Both of them have just been phenomenal for the Thunder.
Yeah. Well, this game's been the Calvin perimeter attack versus the inside attack. It's kind of like 2 insides and 1 outside for them, and 2 outsides and 1 inside for us. So LaRue, Fernandez, and Saul back down over there. It's Cole, Sherwood, and Wagner.
Yeah.
I think Coach Rang would be saying, man, we've had some wide open threes here lately.
Yeah.
This is shooting 2. The Knights have got to buy some time. And when does Coach Christner bring back Hannah Saul?
Yeah,
it's going to be one of those questions that he will kick himself one way or pat himself on the back the other way. That's the tough part of being a head coach.
And the thing with Saul, too, she is so good defensively.
She's a rim protector.
Because she blocks so many shots, that just is more risky for fouls, you know.
Absolutely.
So that's a little bit of a tough spot there.
So what did Coach Christner drop out of the timeout, knowing they were going to get the possession? Here comes Sophie Sensenine playing good minutes. Custer, might have been a double dribble, but we're going to take it. What do you think, Ashley Reardon? No.
Close, but
close.
No cigar.
Willems no one stops her, drives it all the way to the paint. Cole, boy, she's got real soft hands and a soft touch. Anna Fernandez is going to check back in. 53-52, back and forth we go. It's going to be possession by possession, the kind of stuff you want in a late January, early February matchup between 2 of the top teams in the conference. Now they got Sophie posted up, and we're going to get a 2-hand, and we're going to go to the foul line. This might turn into a foul shooting contest.
Yes, that's true. Both these teams, you know, Calvin has struggled from the foul line this year, but Trine, I think they might be the best team shooting free throws. So we'll see how kind of that plays out. So
Sherwood, Rodenhouse, Kate Tate, they're kind of back to their starters. The Knights, Custer playing for LaRue. LaRue's going to get a quick blow and probably go back in for her. And then you might see Hannah Saul going back in. Nice shot by Sophie. Might see her going back in, and I think that might be it for subs unless we have foul trouble they try to ride them for 3 minutes and 40. So you guys see some offensive decent sub. Nice job by Sophie Sensenine. Knocks down 2, 55-52. Here comes Wagner. Back to Wagner. Custer on her. Sherwood. Watching the back door, Kate Tate. Got a little mismatch with Kate Tate on Wiegers. Don't know how that happened. Custer guarding. She waves off anything. She wants to go one-on-one or work with her buddy Sherwood. Soph gets kind of hooked, and in we go. There's where Saul might have deflected that shot, but Sensenine did not give an and one. That might have been a foul there. Riding her hard. Custer, they're trying to keep us out of the paint. There's a good
pass
look
by Custer.
Could Soph stay with it? No, we're going to go. Here comes Wagner, dangerous in the open court. What does she do? She lays it in, and 56-55. You can see LaRue come in here pretty quick.
Yeah.
And we got no timeout. He's looking for a call. There we go. Uyghur's working on, and we're going to go to looking to see if we can get Fernandez downhill. Custer, now she gets downhill off the glass,
Big
and now the Knights lead. Now the Knights lead. And it's going to be one of those games, Leo, and Boy, these are
back and forth, 1-point lead. Who's gonna finish with the lead?
Not with a faint of heart. We're gonna get LaRue and Saul back in to make the last push at 2:31 to go. Wagner on Custer. She's gonna shoot this one. I'm gonna almost guarantee that.
Oh.
No, she kicks it out.
Roundhouse.
No, runs her off the 3-point line. Boy, they've been tough down there, Sherwood and Cole. They're up 59.
Yep.
They're up 58-57. We're gonna go 2 down. We got to save timeouts. He'd love to get Fernandez and Saul back into LaRue back into the game. We're gonna rely on the freshman on the wing. Uyghur's gonna make a great decision. Custer, he couldn't take it any longer. He wanted to get Fernandez and Saul back on an offensive end with 13 seconds to go. We're down in that time of game. You know, it's interesting as we kind of go down here. I think the Calvin women's team is kind of sick of just being there, right? And they would like to take this one. And right now, I think they got to feel confident they're at home. Trine feels confident that they've won here before. Yeah. And at this point, if you would have told me we are within 1 or we're down 1, up 1 with 2 minutes to go, as a fan, I would take it, right? Because of where our history here. But what a ball game and
for sure. Two great teams.
Yeah, and the Stars have showed out, and the role players have done their job. The Knights are going to have to go. Does Saul have 3 or 4?
I think she has 4.
Right, so she's going to have to figure. We're going to have to figure out how to guard Sherwood.
Yeah, Sherwood's been tough. She has been very good today.
And Cole, right? Now they're only playing one at a time. Yeah. They're going back with their starters.
Yep.
Rodenhouse and Hines and Tate. The Knights are back to their starters, and this is the way it should be. Yeah. It's wonderful. Yeah. What more do you want? I mean, Wagner guarding Uyghurs. Uyghurs is going to try to toss it in.
Calvin's had so many close games.
Is not what we were looking for there with 13 seconds to go. The Knights need to stop here.
They do.
The Knights need to stop here, and Uyghurs is going to be on Rodenhouse, and there goes Sherwood. Val Dirkse's going to guard her, going to try to get the hook. There's the travel. Wow, that's a big call.
That's a big break for Calvin.
Right, traded turnovers there, and we're back to where we were with just about 20 seconds left.
As I was saying earlier, Calvin has had so many tough matchups against some of these good teams, Whitewater, Hope.
Love to see one go our way, wouldn't you?
They haven't, They've, the other team has kind of made the play, that big play, and we'll see who kind of makes it today.
Minute 26 to go. We're going to start getting in there really deep here. Wagner. Hines off the high post rub. Going to do the shuffle cut to Wagner. Hines with the 3. That's short and left.
Wow.
Well, the Knights got to find a way to knock one in here or get to the foul line.
This is the spot we've been in, as I was saying, in all of our, our close games against some of these good teams. Who's going to make that play?
They're going to work a little action with Saul on the high post, and she's just going to go. She stays with it. Uyghurs, LaRue open for 3. No. What do we got down there in the corner? Can't see. Timeout. Well, they're going to have the shot clock. I don't think you foul. I think you play it out at 48-30. Boy,
for sure.
Well, that would have been nice to go in, but the Knights are going to have to get a stop. I think the worst case scenario for the Knights is a 3 to be down 4 or and 1.
Yeah.
Because now it becomes a 2-possession game, and you got to play the free throw game.
Yeah.
Even on a 2-point basket, depending on the time, you can go right to the basket and extend the game.
Yep.
To make it. You're down 3, get a basket, down 2, make them make a free throw, hit a shot.
Yep.
I can't. Scoreboard goes away. Calvin's got 2 timeouts. Trine's got 2 timeouts. Yeah. One thing they can do, and I don't know if they're going to advance it here. Yeah. If she took a dribble, they can advance her, but I think they didn't. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and at this point, 48 seconds, there's still a full shot clock, So Calvin's just going to need to play really tough defense right now and keep trying from scoring, That's the ideal case.
So let's reset here. 30 on the shot clock. They get to advance the ball in the women's rules. They didn't dribble after a miss. Sideline out of bounds. Wagner, Uyghur's been a battle all night. Chloe's done a good job. They're going to try to work a little bit. This back cut. That's where we want Sherwood to catch it way out. They're running some shuffle action, trying to get the two-man game. Here you go. Sherwood and Wagner. Val Dirksey and Uyghur's did a good job. Shot clock running down. Uyghur's done a great job. Oh! Whoa. Oh. Yeah. 58-57. Kate Tate to the line. The shot clock is off now, not a factor. Makes her first one.
Yeah.
Good free throw shooter, experienced player.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, Trine's a really good free throw shooting team. So
I think with 27 seconds, I might go my best available shot. There's a miss. Timeout. Now
advancing
it's
the ball. Yep.
Yeah.
Here's where that advance comes into play. Because in the men's game, 26 seconds, you got to take it from the end line. From the women's game, you have it on your side. You can start here on the baseline or on the side, and kind of it's more of a natural offense and kind of coming.
The fans love it. Coaches are,
That's true.
If you get the timeout, you love it.
Yeah.
But so there's a lot of things you can do, right? First available, go to the basket, tie the game up. You're at home, play for overtime in home. You got to stop them on the other end.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to necessarily shoot for a three. If you get a three, great. They have another timeout. Both teams, well, Trine has 2 timeouts. Calvin has 1. Last time we had this, we threw it away, and that wasn't great.
Yeah, so
we're
making the most of this play. You always want to take advantage of those turnovers and missed shots by the other team.
Be quick, but don't hurry. Be quick, but don't hurry. There's off Saul's high post screen. Here comes LaRue to the top. There we go. We're going to shoot 2 free throws. Chloe Uyghur's is going to go to the line with a chance to tie it up with 16 to go.
You know what? That was a similar foul to what just happened over here. So I think that was kind of a.
Uyghur's. There she goes. Now it's interesting, right? You're going to really get back into the tennis thing. I think they're going to call timeout, make or miss, because they don't want to face full court pressure. Good for Chloe Uyghur's. Good for Chloe Uyghur's.
Wow. That is, and you love to see that from Chloe. She's a sophomore, along with Caitlin. Those kids are going to be around for a couple more years, and you love to see that in this big game early on in their career, having these experiences to play in this environment.
Yeah. So now you got to think of some situations, right? You got to feel that it's going to Wagner.
Yep. Yeah, right? For sure. I think
she's also a good passer.
Yes, she's a very good passer.
Their other option tonight would probably be Sherwood.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if they ran some action and end up with Sherwood and Wagner on the same side, either in a pick and roll.
Curl, some type of,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, often happens, we can foul here too.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we have 1 timeout left, we being Calvin, and that we can advance the ball and still have a chance here. If I'm the Knights, obviously, I'm taking overtime.
Yeah.
They have a decision to make. When are they going to shoot it?
Yeah.
Because if we get a timeout with 4, we have it here, right?
For sure.
All right, matches up all night long.
Here we go.
LaRue on Tate. Uyghur's sitting down defensively on Wagner. They're running a 3-man game up here. Val Dirksey, here comes Wagner out. Hines, big shot.
Wow. I think Trine is, that was their first made 3 of the game, and what another time to come than that.
Was that their first 3 made of the game? Well, 4.9 to go.
That's what Sierra Hines does, though. She's done that for years.
She hit a big one against this before, and you got to give it credit to Signe Wagner. She didn't force it.
Yeah.
You got to come to help, and I think she airballed her last one, and good for Sarah Hines. And
she's a senior. It's good for her to get those experiences. Tough for Calvin. They still have 4 seconds, plenty of time to do something.
Yeah.
But trying a very experienced older team.
Now watch, they may foul here.
That's true.
They may foul to send us to the line.
That's true. Yes.
And try to rebound it.
Yeah.
Different coaches have different philosophy. A lot of times under 5 seconds they think that. Dirksey taking it out. We've got two good shooters. We got to go.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Calvin.
Tough one for Calvin.
But I think what?
They played their hearts out. Just came up a little short tonight, and that is going to be a tough one. A tough one for the Knights. It's well, we'll be back here in just a second. We'll get the final stats. We're going to go to the post-game Big East show. We'll do it really quickly, and we will be back in just a second. Welcome to the post-game show presented by Big East Sports Grill. Big East is your best spot to watch all this week's games on East Beltline, just south of Calvin's campus. And don't forget, Big East is the live home to Inside Calvin basketball starting Monday night, February 3, and it'll be live at 6:30 on 96.1 The Game and Michigan Sports Radio. Here are today's final numbers. I'm going to run through them, and then we'll go to Leo as to who is the player of the game. As we look at it, the final numbers, the Knights, let's start with Trine. Trine Wagner had 17, but did a pretty good job, officially 8 of 18. Sherwood, we talked about 8 of 11 and for 18. Wagner with 10 rebounds, and so if we had a Trine player of the game, I think it would be Sydney Wagner, although hitting the big shot, Sierra Hines, her 1 for 3. Trine was 1 for 12 from 3, but the one they hit was devastating for the Knights tonight. So 62-59. Val Dirksey did not score, but had 7 defensive rebounds, and Hannah Saul had 11, and Chloe Wiegers 9, and one of her best performances in the Calvin Knight uniform. Clutch free throws down the end. Anna Fernandez was 13, 5 for 14, 3 for 8. Caitlin LaRue, 5 for 10, 2 for 3, 1 for 3 for 13. Sophie Senstein also played some key minutes when Hannah Saul was in foul trouble. Ended with 6 points and 4 rebounds. Jamie Custer with 2 big plays in the second half, had 4, 2 assists. The rebounding battle ends up 40-39 in favor of the Knights. It came back in the second half and did a wonderful job after falling behind in a 17-3 run early. Trine outscores Calvin 20-13 in the fourth quarter to pull out a 62-59 win. The final shooting numbers for the game, the Knights were 21 of 59 for 35%, up from 27 at halftime. Made 6 three-pointers, 6 of 17 for 35. You take that. And the Knights will take 73% from the free throw line, 11 for 15.
That's much better than their average for the season.
And down here, 27 for 64, 42% for Trine. And there's that dagger in the heart of all Calvin fans, the 1 for 12 from 3, but the one made all the difference in the world as Sierra Hines knocked down a 3 with 4.9 seconds to go to send the Trine Thunder on to a 62-59 win. Trine, we're certainly in the driver's seat now with a 3-0 record against both Calvin and Hope and their closest pursuers. The Knights are going to have to regroup quickly, and before we get on to the player of the game, let's talk a little bit about that. And they it's no rest for the weary. They're going to have to lick their wounds a little bit quickly, drop this one off as they play arch rival Hope down at the Dow. Excuse me, not the Dow, the DeVos Center.
Yeah.
And boy, if they give this effort, and the Knights are going to get one of those.
Yeah.
And
and I think like maybe this game will kind of be a little bit of like some juice and like a little bit of like grit and toughness and want to be able to get that game on Saturday, because for however long, Trine and Hope have kind of I think we probably have one win over both of them in the past 7 years.
Here's my thing, Leo, on that. Right, you and I are probably one of the top. Well, I shouldn't say that. I can't. But we're big women's Calvin basketball fans.
That's true.
And what we say is, it's going to be our time one of these times. We're due. Yep. We're going to get one.
Yeah.
And when we get one or two of these in a row and we get used to winning them, this whole thing, this script flips. We saw that University of Michigan football with Ohio State.
You know it.
We're both fans there.
Yep.
You see it all the way around. But here's the thing. You just got to do it. And you can't. It's like having experience. How do you get experience? You got to do it.
Exactly.
And I saw some resolve from a Chloe Wiegers and all the way through the lineup. There was no intimidation here. There was right. I thought execution in the second half was better.
Yep, for sure.
And you're playing a good team.
Yes.
And so
number 13 team in the country.
Yeah. So I think the Knights go in. They'll reflect. They'll kick themselves a little bit, saying, "Well, we had this one with a 5-point lead, but you know what? The game was long over. 6 minutes to go."
Mm-hmm.
So. Before we sign off, tell me, we have, and I got to get my readout here, our Calvin Player of the Game today brought to you by Straight Line Fencing. Today's Calvin Player, Straight Line Fence, with over 30 years of building sanctuary and security. Straight Line Fence provides property owners with privacy, comfort, and confidence in the perfect fence. Boy, there's a lot of kids student athletes that stepped up, and we mentioned them already, but we're going to have to pick one. Leo, you are on the spot.
So for Calvin tonight, our player of the game is going to be Caitlin LaRue. As we were highlighting throughout the game, she consistently comes up with big baskets. Since her midway through her freshman year last year, she's been there for the team to make shots when she needed to. Tonight, she had that 1-3. Maybe she might have wanted it back to put that through, but 2 of 3 from 3, 5 of 10 from the floor. Some of those free throws a little bit tough, 1 of 3, but it's okay. You can bounce back from that stuff. But she is a spectacular player, and I cannot wait to see how she continues to grow in this Calvin uniform. She was a spark for Calvin tonight, and even though Calvin did not get the result they wanted to, there's a great opportunity on Saturday against a Hope team that this Trine team beat, and we competed with this Trine team, and we had the lead for quite a long time. Trine made that shot at the end, but Trine beat Hope, and
we'll see. Well, Leo, for our first adventure together, I enjoyed it.
Me as well.
Not the result we wanted, but I want to thank the listeners along the Calvin Sports Network, all the alumni out there, and of course, certainly to the fans of Trine, as they move to 17-2 and 10-0 in the conference. We hope to see them. If we're seeing them again, we'll probably be in the championship game.
True.
So we hope we see them again.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll say we'll bid you a fond farewell, and join us Saturday here for the Calvin Hope men's basketball game. Bob Sack along with Mike LeFabre will have the call on the Calvin Sports Radio. With that, we'll sign off and have a good night, and go Knights.